Hello students, welcome to the class. So in the previous class, we have discussed some of the questions on alcohols, phenols and ethers. We are going to continue with the same. We had covered almost 46 questions. Moving to the next question. For phenol, which of the following statements is correct? So they have asked for phenol, which of the following statements is correct? It has higher boiling point than toluene. It has lower melting point compared to aromatic hydrocarbons of comparable molecular weight. It is insoluble in water. It does not show acidic property. So which is correct? It does not show acidic property. Is it correct? No, it shows acidic property. So only when treated with sodium metal, phenols are more acidic than alcohols, we say, correct? So that statement is wrong. It is insoluble in water. Of course not. Phenols have the capability of forming intermolecular hydrogen bonding with water. Therefore, they are soluble in water. It has lower melting point compared to aromatic hydrocarbons of comparable molecular weight. No, phenols have higher melting point because of the formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. It has higher boiling point than toluene. Yes. So if you want to explain this point, yes, how we can explain this point is, you know that the structure of phenol is benzene ring and OH group is attached to a benzene ring. Structure of toluene is CH3 group attached to benzene ring. So if you observe here, that is capability of forming intermolecular hydrogen bonding, and here there is no capability of forming intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Therefore, we say that it has higher boiling point than toluene. So this statement is correct. Moving to the next question, phenol when treated with excess of bromine water gives a white precipitate of. So they have given us phenol. Yes, this is a method of preparation of some organic compound when it is treated with excess of bromine water. Yes, excess of bromine water. So when they say excess, I'm going to use three molecules here. So what do I get is ortho, completely ortho and para substituted product. That is, at ortho and para positions, I have Br group. Yes, I have Br group. So what is this compound called? This compound is called 2,4,6 tribromophenol. 2,4,6 tribromophenol. I get completely substituted product. So what is produced? White precipitate is due to formation of 2,4,6 tribromophenol. Yes. So when you treat phenol with excess of bromine water, it gives a white precipitate because of formation of 2,4,6 tribromophenol. Next compound. Which of the following is a phenol? Yes. First option, cresol. Second option, catechol. Next, benzenol, and last one, all of these. Cresol is methyl phenol. Catechol is diol, diphenol. Yes, two OH groups are present. Benzenol is another name for phenol. So all of these are the examples for phenols. Correct? So all of these is the correct option. Okay. Then phenols can be distinguished from aliphatic alcohols with which of the reagent? So here they have given Tollens reagent, Skiff's base, FeCl3, ferric chloride, that is neutral ferric chloride, and then HCl. So phenols, all enols can be oxidized by FeCl3 to form colored complexes. However, alcohols cannot be oxidized by FeCl3. So phenols only can be oxidized by FeCl3. Alcohols cannot be oxidized by FeCl3. Next question. Choose the correct answer statement. Some phenols can be used as flavoring agents. Some phenols can be used as perfumes. Vanillin present in oil of vanilla beans is an example of phenol used as a flavoring agent, and all of these. Which is the correct answer? All of these is the correct option. So some phenols can be used as flavoring agents. Some phenols can be used as perfumes. Vanillin present in the vanilla beans is an example for phenol. So all of these is the correct option. Moving to the next question, the reaction given below is known as. The reaction given below is known as. So look at the reaction. It is sodium methoxide plus methyl iodide, ethyl iodide, iodoethane. Yes, so reaction between alkyl halide and sodium alkoxide gives us ether and sodium halide. What is this reaction? This reaction is known as Williamson's synthesis. What it is known as? Williamson's synthesis. So Williamson's synthesis. So this is an example for Williamson synthesis. You can see the general reaction here. When alkyl halide is treated with sodium alkoxide, we get ether. So that is the example of Williamson's ether synthesis. You should be knowing all of the named reactions, all the named reactions. Okay, moving to the next question. Dash is an important method for preparation of symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers. So if you want to prepare symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers, which is the best method, just now we have seen, it is Williamson's synthesis. Yes, alkyl halide, sodium alkoxide, we get ethers. You can obtain symmetrical ethers, means what? Where R and R dash both are same. Unsymmetrical ethers, where R and R dash both are different. So you can prepare it by Williamson's ether synthesis. Next question. Ether is obtained from ethyl alcohol in presence of H2SO4 at, yes, ethyl alcohol, when it is heated with H2SO4, you get ethers or you get alkenes also. That is dependent on the temperature. So here, if you want ethers as the product, if you expect ethers as the product, then the temperature maintained should be 413 Kelvin. So if here ethyl alcohol CH3 CH2OH when heated with H2SO4 at 413 Kelvin, we get ether. So here I'm going to take two molecules and I'll get symmetrical ether since the alcohol molecules are same. The same reaction, if I carry out at 443 Kelvin, then I'll get dehydration reaction occurs and I will get an alkene, wherein only one molecule reacts. So this is the method of a preparation of, one of the method of preparation of ether from alcohols. Yes, from alcohols. Next question. An equimolar quantities of ethanol and propanol are heated with concentrated H2SO4 at, yes, equimolar quantities of ethanol and propanol are heated. So ethanol and propanol are heated. So what do we get? They have asked what is the product. So when you take equimolar quantities of ethanol, CH3, CH2OH, and propanol, CH3, CH2, CH2OH, when they are heated using concentrated H2SO4 at 413 Kelvin, that question is incomplete, 413 Kelvin, what is the product you get, they have asked. Yes, so see here, this molecule of alcohol may react with another molecule of alcohol and it form an ether like this, CH3 CH2O CH2 CH3, or this molecule of alcohol can react with another its own molecule and forms an ether with formula CH3 CH2 CH2O CH2 CH2 CH3. So this is also expected. Or these single molecules of alcohols may react with each other and form an ether CH3 CH2O, here CH2 CH2 CH3. So these three alcohols are formed, or ethers are formed. This is ethoxyethane, this is propoxypropane, and this is ethoxypropane. So here if you see, all of these is the correct option. This is nothing but, you call it as you call it as a reaction of alcohols to prepare ethers. When you take two different alcohols, you get three different products. However, the yield is very less. According to Lewis concept of acids and bases, ethers are, see, ether, according to Lewis concept, ether is a base. It is basic in nature because if you see the structure of ethers, it is ROR dash. Oxygen, there are lone pairs of electrons present on oxygen atom. So it will donate the lone pairs of electrons. So according to Lewis concept, ethers are basic in nature. So you should be knowing what are these concepts first. Then you can judge what is the correct option. Moving to the next question. What is the product formed when ether is exposed to air? So when you expose ethers to air, yes. So what is the product formed? This is also a typical reaction. So you can see here when ethers, for example, C2H5O, C2H5. When I expose ethers to air, yes, in presence of sunlight at 25 degrees Celsius, what do I get is I get a compound CH3 CHOOH O C2H5 C2H5. So what is this compound called? Here you can see there is a peroxy group. So it is nothing but peroxide of diethyl ether. What it is? It is a peroxide of diethyl ether. So when ethers are exposed to air, we get peroxide of diethyl ethers. Moving to the next question. The ether that undergoes electrophilic substitution reaction is, yes, which ethers undergo electrophilic substitution? Electrophilic substitutions are shown by aryl groups when there is aryl group. So I can say alkyl aryl ethers undergo electrophilic substitution. So out of these compounds, which contains alkyl and aryl groups? So it is C6H5. This is nothing but what is the name of this compound? It is a methoxybenzene, which is also called as anisole. So electrophilic substitution is shown by those compounds which contain aryl group, Moving to the next question. Choose the correct statement. Ethoxyethane is used as a solvent for oils and gum resins. Phenyl ether is used as heat transfer medium because of its high boiling point, 531 Kelvin. Ethoxyethane can be used as an anesthetic agent. Or all of these. 59th. So all of these are the correct options. So from this such questions, students, you can note down what are the uses of some of the ethers. Yes, there are many questions we have seen like that. What are the uses? See there, ethoxyethane, it is used as a solvent. Phenyl ether, it is used as heat transfer medium because of its high boiling point. Ethoxyethane, it is used as an anesthetic also. Yes. Next question. Coconut oil upon alkaline hydrolysis. So you are taking coconut oil and you are carrying out alkaline hydrolysis. That means you are treating it with alkali. What do we get? When you take coconut oil, it is a long chain fatty acid. Yes. So I can write here coconut oil plus alkali. I get soap and glycerol. A technique of preparation of soap, and this process is called saponification. What it is called? Saponification. Yes. So what it gives? It gives the compound that is glycerol. Yes. So this reaction is called saponification. That is nothing but the method of preparation of soap. Yes. Next question. When which enzyme converts glucose and fructose both into ethanol? Which enzyme? Yes, we have seen in our previous one of the questions, glucose or fructose, C6H12O6. Yes, glucose or fructose both have the same molecular formula, C6H12O6. It may be glucose or fructose. You want to convert it to alcohol, that is ethanol. There is liberation of carbon dioxide gas. So CH3, two carbon atoms, that means here two molecules will form. Yes. So here, what is the enzyme used? The enzyme used is zymase. The enzyme used is zymase. This is the enzyme used. Diastase is used for converting starch into maltose. Maltase is the enzyme for you converting maltose into glucose and fructose, and zymase is the enzyme for converting glucose or fructose into alcohol. Invertase, it is for inversion of cane sugar, right? Sucrose into glucose and fructose. Okay. Next question. Salicylaldehyde can be prepared from where? Which of the following we can prepare salicylaldehyde? Yes, this is one of the known reactions. From phenol, when it is treated with CHCl3, you need to use some base. Therefore, we use NaOH. What do we get? We get benzene ring, OH, CHO, salicylaldehyde plus NaCl plus H2O. Yes, so salicylaldehyde is prepared from phenol, chloroform and sodium hydroxide. These reactions during the synopsis itself, we have discussed these reactions. Next question, acetone on treatment with Grignard's reagent and on further hydrolysis. We have seen formaldehyde on treatment with Grignard's reagent gives us primary alcohol. Any aldehyde except formaldehyde when treated with Grignard's reagent gives us secondary alcohol. Acetone is a ketone. So ketone on treating with Grignard's reagent gives us what? It gives us tertiary alcohol. So they have said ketone, CH3, C double bond O, CH3, methyl magnesium, which is the compound they have chosen, iodide. Yes, so what do we get? We get CH3, C, CH3, OMgI, and to carbon there is CH3 group. This on further hydrolysis gives what? CH3, C, CH3, CH3, and here OH plus MgOH X. So what do we get? We get tertiary alcohol. We get tertiary alcohol. What is the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms. 2-methyl propane 2-ol. So we get 2-methyl propane 2-ol. In the following reaction, so they have taken Grignard's reagent and treated it with cyclic ether. What is the product they have asked? So let us see the reaction. C2H5Mg plus CH2 O. So what do we get? This is minus plus. So here we have C2H5 CH2 further hydrolysis they have done. So here I get OH. So what is the compound I get? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is butane 1-ol. Correct? So C2H5, yes, this is the product. Or you can also call it as N-butyl alcohol. N stands for what? N stands for normal chain. That means it is unbranched chain. It is unbranched chain. In Williamson's synthesis, ethoxyethane is prepared by. So in Williamson's synthesis, how is ethoxyethane prepared? So if you want ethoxyethane, that means it is a symmetrical ethane. I should use sodium alkoxide with 2 carbon atoms and alkyl halide with 2 carbon atoms. Yes. So if I want to prepare ethoxyethane, this is the product what I want. CH3, CH2O, CH2, CH3. So if I want this, I have to take alkyl halide and sodium alkoxide. Yes. So I should take alkyl halide with 2 carbon atoms, CH3, CH2, Cl, and I should take sodium alkoxide also with 2 carbon atoms, ONA. Then only I will get ethoxyethane. So it is the correct answer. Sodium ethoxide and ethyl bromide. Yes, sodium ethoxide and ethyl bromide is the correct option. Formation of diethyl ether from ethanol is based on. So ethanol, CH3CH2OH, 2 molecules, treating it with sulfuric acid at 413 Kelvin, you get diethyl ether, CH3CH2O, CH2CH3. There is intermolecular elimination of water. So can I say it is a dehydration reaction? Intermolecular elimination of water. So what is the reaction? Dehydration of alcohols at 413 Kelvin gives us ethers. Next question. C6H5CH double bond CHCHO gives C6H5CH double bond CH2OH. That means CHO, only CHO group is getting converted into OH, but the double bond is not disturbed. Sodium bromide, see they have given the options: hydrogen and nickel, Skiff's reagent, potassium dichromate, acid potassium dichromate, both A and B. So which is the correct option? See, sodium borohydride, lithium aluminum hydride attacks only the carbonyl group and reduces it into alcohol. They do not attack the double bond. So what will be the correct option? The question is, if suppose I'm right, the question is being printed, there is a slight mistake. The second option is not Skiff's reagent, it is NaBH4. It is NaBH4. So which is the correct option? It is only option A, B, sorry, because this cannot be used. If you use this, double bond gets disturbed. CHO group remains as it is. But in this case, CHO is getting reduced to alcohol. So only sodium borohydride, or if they would have given lithium aluminium hydride. Next, methyl phenyl ether can be obtained. So phenyl group is there, ether, methyl. This is anisole. How do you obtain this? Yes, how do we obtain this methyl phenyl ether? So it is obtained how? Phenolate ion and methyl iodide. So phenolate ion O minus, methyl iodide CH3I. So this goes and attacks here. So what do we get? We get this compound. So the correct option is option A. It is option A. Yes. So how do we get anisole? Methyl phenyl ether is also commonly called as anisole. Next, 69th question. 23 grams of sodium will react with methyl alcohol to give. So they have said 23 grams of sodium will react with methyl alcohol. So methyl alcohol CH3OH plus sodium, what it gives. So this is a acidic reaction. So it will give us CH3ONA plus H2. Since the reaction has to be balanced, I will write half H2. Yes, sodium, this is 1 mole. So this is also 1 mole. Here this produced is also 1 mole. And this is how much? It is half mole. Correct? Okay. So 1 mole of sodium means what? 23 grams. 23 grams of sodium will react with methyl alcohol to give what? It will give half mole of hydrogen. How much? Half mole of hydrogen gas. Yes. Next question. Which of the reagent is useful in converting 1-butanol CH3, CH2, 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 OH? 1-butanol should be converted to 1-bromobutane CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2Br. So instead of OH, I want this compound. Yes. So how to convert this? Alcohol group should be substituted with Br. The reaction is treated with PBr3. Since there are 3 Br atoms, I will balance the reaction by writing 3. I'll get here 3 plus, what do I get? H3PO3. So this is the nucleophilic substitution reaction. So how do we get it? We get it by treating it with PBr3. We have seen nucleophilic substitution reactions of all alcohols. Yes. Okay. Moving to the next question. Which of the following gives ketone on oxidation? Oxidation of primary alcohols gives us aldehydes. Secondary alcohols gives us ketones. Tertiary alcohols do not undergo oxidation. So which is secondary alcohol that will give us ketone? If you see here, this is primary alcohol. You see is this is also primary alcohol. This is tertiary alcohol and this is secondary alcohol CH3, CHOH, CH3. So this is secondary alcohol. This will give us ketone. So here H goes out on oxidation. So what do I get? CH3, C double bond O, CH3. So I got ketone. Yes. Next question. Which of the following compounds is oxidized to prepare methyl ethyl ketone? Methyl ethyl ketone. So this I want. Which one will you oxidize? Yes. So methyl ethyl ketone, if I want, which one I have to oxidize? Methyl ethyl ketone. That means ketone, I'm sorry. So methyl ethyl ketone, CH3, C double bond O, CH2, CH3. So they are saying we want ketones, which one has to be oxidized? So here ketone oxidized means secondary alcohol CH3, CHOH, CH2, CH3 containing same number of carbon atoms, but the OH group is present here. Where there is a double bond carbon, oxygen, where here there will be OH. So this one has to be taken. So what is this? It is butane to all. It is butane to all. Please do remember, primary alcohols on oxidation gives us aldehydes. Secondary alcohol on oxidation gives us ketones. Tertiary alcohols do not undergo oxidation very easily. Yes. Okay. Next question. Isopropyl alcohol heated at 300 degrees Celsius with copper catalyst. What is isopropyl alcohol? CH3CH OH when it is heated with copper at 300 degree preheated copper we say. This is a secondary alcohol. It will undergo with copper dehydrogenation. Dehydrogenation. Yes. So what do we get? CH3, C double bond O, CH3. So we get acetone. We get acetone plus H2 gases liberated. So we get acetone. Next question. Glycerol. What is glycerol? It is a triol if you remember. CH2OH, CHOH, CH2OH. So this is a glycerol. So what is glycerol? It is a trihydric alcohol. So monohydric, all the examples we know, dihydric, which is called diols, ethylene glycol. Trihydric alcohol, it is glycerol. And polyhydric alcohol, it is polyhydric alcohol. What is the answer? Sorbitol. Next question. Orthonitrophenol is less soluble in water than paranitrophenol and metanitrophenol. Why? Why orthonitrophenol is less soluble in water? Because if you see orthonitrophenol, here there is OH group and here there is NO2 group. Yes, since since the NO2 group is very near at in ortho position, there is formation of slight intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So this hydrogen as well as oxygen become unavailable for forming hydrogen bond with water. The solubility is formation of hydrogen bond with water, right? So in case of meta, in case of para, they are very far, so they will not undergo intramolecular. Whereas in case of ortho, they show intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Therefore, they are less soluble in water. Next, iodoform can be prepared from all except. So iodoform can be prepared from all except. Which is the correct option? It is option D. The iso, if you see rest all the options, option D is CH3 CH2OH. This is not methyl ketone. So in this case, iodoform, yellow PPT you will not get due to formation of iodoform. So you will not get iodoform. So this is the option. Rest all are methyl ketones. Therefore, they show iodoform test. They show iodoform test. Next question. In the given transformation, which of the following is most appropriate reagent? So in the given transformation, you can see what transformation is occurring. COCH3 ketonic group is converted into CH2 group. That means it is getting converted into hydrocarbon. So ketones or aldehydes getting reduced to hydrocarbons. What is the reaction? Either it is Clemenson's reduction or it is Wolff-Kishner's reduction. So this is the correct option. Wolff-Kishner's reduction. Rest all is remaining same. Only the keto group is converted into CH2 group. So keto or aldehyde group getting reduced into CH2 group, we have either Clemenson's reduction or Wolff-Kishner's reduction. In Wolff-Kishner's reduction, we use hydrazine, KOH, and ethylene glycol. Therefore, this is nothing but Wolff-Kishner's reduction. Next question. An unknown alcohol is treated with Lucas reagent to determine whether the alcohol is primary, secondary, or tertiary. Which alcohol reacts fastest and by which mechanism? The reaction of alcohol with Lucas reagent is mostly a SN1 reaction. What is the reaction? It is SN1. And you know that SN1 reaction is shown by tertiary alcohols very easily because there is formation of most stable tertiary carbocation. So which will react fastest? Tertiary alcohol, and it is by SN1 mechanism. So tertiary alcohols react fastest. They give turbidity immediately. Whereas primary alcohol, secondary alcohols, they give turbidity after 5 minutes, and primary alcohols do not give turbidity at room temperature. Next question. Sodium phenoxide when heated with carbon dioxide. Sodium phenoxide when heated with carbon dioxide under pressure at 125 degrees Celsius yields a product which on acetylation gives C. So sodium phenoxide is there. So let me write it like this. ONA when treated with carbon dioxide at 125 degrees Celsius and 5 atmospheric pressure, what do you get? We get this gets converted to OH and COONA. This is what we get. So this is compound B. This on further hydrolysis, acid hydrolysis, what do we get? ONA. So salt is getting converted into acid. So OH remains as it is. COONA we get. And actinium oxide, when it is treated with acetic anhydride, what do we get? We get acetic anhydride. We get OH gets converted to OCOCH3 and then COO. So here we get COH and COH. This is called aspirin. Acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride. What is this compound called? This is called aspirin. So the correct option is option C. Yes, the method of preparation of aspirin. You can note it down. So sodium phenoxide, carbon dioxide. We get sodium benzoic salt of phenol, which on further hydrolysis COH we get. This on treated with acetic anhydride we get OCOCH3, which is called as aspirin. It is called as aspirin. So correct option is option C. It is option C. Next question. The most suitable reagent for conversion of primary alcohol to aldehyde is, which is that pyridinium chlorochromate in methylene chloride CH2Cl2. Yes, PCC in CH2Cl2. That is the selective reagent for converting primary alcohols into aldehydes. Next question. The product of the reaction given below. So the reaction given is what? The reaction given is there is benzene ring. No, it is not benzene ring. CH3 group is present and there is a complex group here. This is first treated with N-bromosuccinamide in presence of sunlight. When you treat it with N-bromosuccinamide in presence of sunlight, what do we get is this bond remains as it is. Here there is substitution of Br and here this bond remains as it is. Or sometimes what happens, instead of this position, here there is substitution of Br and this remains as it is. Further, this is treated with what? H2O K2CO3. So this is nucleophilic substitution occurs wherein what do we have? What happens? Sorry. So the product obtained is this. This gets converted to OH and this remains as it is. Yes, so this is the product what we get. So which is the correct option? It is option A. Yes, so you should be knowing how N-bromosuccinamide is reacted. It will not attack the benzene ring, double bond position. Instead, it will attack the adjacent position of the double bond. Phenol reacts with methyl chloroformate in presence of NaOH to form product A. A reacts with bromine to form product B, and A and B respectively are. So what they have said, phenol reacts with. So let us take phenol. It reacts with methyl chloroformate, CH3O, C double bond O, Cl, in presence of ENaOH. So it is going to form a compound A. So here you can see what actually happens. So phenol, this oxygen. So let me say I'm going to write, let me write it here, OH group. It will be easy for me to explain. So O, H and Cl goes. So what do I get? C double bond O, OCH3. So this is what I get. So this is product A. This is further treated with, so this is product A, let me say. This is further treated with bromine, they are saying. So when it is further treated with bromine, this group is ortho para directing group, but ortho position there will be steric hindrance. So here what happens? OCH3, the product Br2 will attack at meta position, the para position, we will get this product. So this is product B. So which is the correct option? It is option A, correct? It is option A. Even at ortho para directing group it is, but ortho position due to steric hindrance of this bulky group, what happens? Ortho position attack will not take place and we will get para position attack. Next question. The major product formed in the following reaction is, so they have given you a compound and they have said, you can see there, the compound is benzene ring. So this is the compound. Treating it with HI is nothing but H plus. So what do we get? So we get benzene ring. You can see here oxygen is present. So this being, it will take hydrogen and becomes OH plus. And then here oxygen will take another hydrogen and becomes plus charge because oxygen is giving its lone pairs. Further, since you have taken hydrogen iodide, I minus reacts. What do we get is benzene ring. Here OH plus remains as it is, and here no, this OH plus remains as it is, but here what happens is instead of OH plus, since iodide ion I have taken, I comes here, OH plus gets out and I comes here, and this becomes partially positive charge, correct? Therefore again it will react with same iodide ion and it forms benzene ring, then I, and here OH plus OH. So this group gets out and it will come out as CH3 CH2I. So this is the compound what we get. This is the compound what we get. Yes. So we get the compound like this, OH, and here it is I. Which is the correct option? It is option B. This is what we get. Yes. Next question. Phenol on treatment with carbon dioxide in presence of NaOH followed by acidification gives a compound X. So phenol on treating with carbon dioxide and NaOH and on further acidification gives a compound X. So the compound X is nothing but OH COOH. This is what we get. Okay, salicylic acid. Further, X treatment reacts with acetic anhydride in presence of catalytic amount of H2SO4. So acetic anhydride. So acetic anhydride, what do we get? We get OCOCH3 and COOH plus. Since you have taken acetic anhydride, CH3COOH. So these are the two products what we get. So the correct option is option C. Aspirin we get, along with aspirin we get acetic acid, right? So you should be knowing to write the, to take all the reactions, combine the reactions and write. Yes. Next question. The product formed in the reaction of cumene with O2 by the treatment of dilute HCl. We know this reaction. Cumene with O2 in presence. Cumene process, we know. Cumene hydroperoxide is formed. This cumene hydroperoxide followed by treatment with the HCl, that is acidic treatment. It will give us phenol and acetone. What it will give us? Option C is the right option. It gives us phenol and acetone. Next question, 86th. In the following sequence of reactions, CH3Br plus KCN, CH3Br plus KCN gives us CH3CN. This on further acidification gives us CH3COOH. This on treatment with lithium aluminium hydride. What do we get? We get CH3CH2OH. We get ethyl alcohol. The product, very simple reaction. Ethyl alcohol is obtained. Correct? Okay, next. Which of the following compounds can be used as antifreeze in automobile radiations? Antifreeze. Glycol is used as antifreeze in automobiles. Which is the compound used? It is glycol, which is used as antifreeze in automobile industries. In automobile industries. Among the following ethers, which one will produce methyl alcohol on treatment with hot concentrated HI? See, hot concentrated HI they have said, which will produce methyl alcohol. So the correct option is CO. Bond cleavage of ether depends on mechanism involved in the reaction, which can be used as SN1 or SN2. If any one group can form stable carbocation like tertiary butyl group, then the reaction follows SN1 mechanism. So the correct option is option D. Let us see how. CH3, 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 OCH3, hot and so here it is hot and concentrated HI. Hot and concentrated HI. What do I get? CH3C, CH3, CH3 plus charge plus O minus CH3. Correct? So this, what do I get further? So CH3C positive charge, CH3, CH3 plus CH3OH, ethyl alcohol. Iodide ion, here you take H plus, iodide ion, I minus, CH3CI, CH3, CH3. So you have got methyl alcohol using the option D. So you should be knowing this particular point. Yes. Next question. Amongst the set of reactants, which one will produce anisole? Anisole is nothing but methoxybenzene. Methoxybenzene. So you want to prepare methoxybenzene by which reaction? So reaction of CH3CHO, not possible. C6H5OH, NaOH, CH3I, not possible. C6H5 and neutral. So let us see this reaction. Phenol plus NaOH plus CH3I. Yes, of course. So CH3I group gets substituted here. So we get this. So correct option is option B. Rest all reactions, we do not get anisole. Which of the following will not be soluble in sodium hydrogen carbonate? So sodium hydrogen carbonate. If you see 2,4,6 trinitrophenol, picric acid, it is soluble. Benzoic acid, it is soluble. O-nitrophenol, you know O-nitrophenol, it is weaker acid than sodium hydrogen carbonate, has got HCO3 minus. So it is weaker acid than HCO3 minus, therefore it remains insoluble. It remains insoluble. Rest all are stronger acids than HCO3 minus hydrogen carbonate ion, so they remain soluble. The reaction plus some phenoxide, butyl phenoxide, tertiary butyl phenoxide plus chloroethane gives this. It is called what? What is this reaction called? It is nothing but Williamson's synthesis. Williamson's ether synthesis involves the treatment of sodium alkoxide with suitable alkyl halide to form an ether. So it is option A. Reaction of phenol with chloroform in presence of dilute sodium hydroxide finally introduces which of the following functional group? Reaction of phenol with chloroform. So reaction of phenol with the chloroform and dilute sodium hydroxide finally introduces which of the following? So it is nothing but Remer-Tiemann reaction. Remer-Tiemann reaction. So in Remer-Tiemann reaction, which group is introduced? It is aldehydic group. It is aldehydic group. So it is CHO. Next, which of the following reactions can be used for preparation of alkyl halides? CH3, CH2OH plus HCl, anhydrous zinc chloride. So let us see what is the product we get in this reaction. We get CH3, CH2, Cl. Grooves process. Grooves process, correct? CH3, CH2H plus HCl. CH3, CH2H plus HCl. No, we do not get any reaction. Alcohol, tertiary alcohol with HCl. No. Only when presence of anhydrous zinc chloride, the reaction occurs. So it is option 1. And what about this? Tertiary alcohol is there. Yes, it will form tertiary carbocation. Here, there is no anhydrous zinc chloride. So it is 1, 3, and 4 only. All of these can be used for preparation of alkyl halides. So this completes the discussion on the topic questions on alcohols, phenols, and ethers. I hope all the questions are quite clear. Yes, in the next we will be discussing about amines and biomolecules. Thank you. Have a good day.